How I have been perceived by the authorities has mainly been that of some troublesome individual who has the balls to stand up and speak the truths of reality that he has discovered and ask legitimate questions about the functioning of our current socio-economic and value systems in a public place, such as a high street, and through that act begun to spread seeds of a different way of thinking that ultimately threatens the cohesion and longevity of the current stagnant status quo. Initially, such communications, especially through the medium of a megaphone, can have a jarring effect on delicate artificial values in the minds of some, because it cuts through normality to reveal a differing approach. This understandably results in a retaliation, as I have already described, and the established authority, being the police, are called to deal with this perceived assault on our senses, intellect and cultural identity, since people consider their beliefs and understandings of part of who they are. The police are then in a position where they are charged with the task of attempting a subduing of the lawful actions of a human being because there is an establishment to protect, and its installed defence mechanism of harassment, alarm or distress is used as an excuse to put a stop to said action, even if it is non-violent. I have endeavoured through every exchange with the police to be as accommodating and receptive as possible, but it's got to the point of biased opposition and selective persecution reminiscent of the treatment of any forward-thinking individual by the established order who is willing to share their insights and thus influence a transition to a positive world. Here is some of the highlights of this process that I myself have personally experienced.
Okay, I'm PC 10025 Desmond Dalzell from Maidstone Police Station, I'm a town centre police officer, and I've been informed that you've been making comments on your bullhorn which would be annoying to people, if not causing harassment, alarm, and distress. And I'm just warning under the Public Order Act that if you carry on using language which causes anyone harassment, alarm, and distress, you may be arrested or get a...
May I
understand me? You'll understand if you carry on with the behaviour and somebody else complains, because then we'll take action towards it.
No.
I told you once, I won't tell you again, and then we can finish a little recording. If you cause any harassment, alarm, and distress, action will be taken. Your warning's been given, you understand me?
No, I don't understand.
Then you leave Kremlin Walk.
Alright, so here, is that the border? What's the border of Kremlin Walk, madam?
You're talking out your
Just
arse
bit
now, seriously.
none of that.
You don't really got, you're going to get yourself arrested if it's that.
Under what law?
You'd have to answer that one.
So you're threatening me with arrest without knowing the law?
Just leave it to it. You want to show, just leave it to it. Leave it to it.
Okay, well thank you very much, officers, but just as a closer, is it okay if I ask for a hug? Please.
Right, fine. What I was going to say is that you've had two members of the public that have come in within a couple of minutes, right, and obviously arguing with yourself. Right, I don't want to cause no disturbances in this town. Okay, therefore, if I see other people coming up to you and obviously arguing with you and causing a nuisance, then I will have to ask you to friendly leave the location. So I don't want no problems or nothing escalated.
However, I will ask the question, sir. What law am I breaking by doing what I'm doing?
It's just a friendly request. That's all it is. Okay?
If it's a request, I have the right to decline, can I not?
You're entitled to your own opinion. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Okay, however, if anyone here does find anything that you're saying is offensive, then obviously we'll have to take action. However, I can't hear you very well with that because it's quite muffled. That's all I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to leave it. There's only going to be a 10-second chat. Right?
Okay, well, you said your piece. Thank you very much, sir.
Unfortunately, that's private property as well, mate, so...
Well, what is private property?
That's down there, so that's why I've asked you not to film down.
I'm sorry, you have no authority to ask for my details if I refuse to, if I don't have to give them.
Swearing as well.
I am not swearing, madam.
Okay, but I've been told that, okay?
But that does not give you authority over me.
If somebody alleges something,
I'm sorry.
I have to investigate.
I'm sorry. Considering that you have been in the area for about 20 minutes or so.
About 2 hours.
Because I saw you, yeah. Have you heard me swear in that time?
I haven't, but if somebody alleges
so,
I've come over here to advise you. You are allowed to film, but would you give me your name and address and how long you're going
if you can,
so
if you can prove
around here
If you can,
and what you're doing it for.
if you can prove that I have a lawful obligation to, then I will provide you my details.
You're not obliged to, but I just.
Well then I'm sorry madam, there is no point in asking for my details if I can prove
their
it.
children that they don't want to be filmed.
So are the CCTV cameras.
That's the concerns that some people have got. You've got all the rights to film. I'm asking you for your name and how long you're going to be.
But I am not obliged to provide that information.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm saying to you, I thought it would be courteous if you could do.
I tell you what, one advice I would give you is if you can contact the individuals who said I was swearing, maybe consider action against them for wasting police time.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Control, can you count the 5?
Thank you. What's your gripe now, officer?
I haven't got a gripe. I've received a complaint from this lady here, and I've witnessed also the fact that you're shouting on your bullhorn today, and it's causing a noise nuisance to the lady and affecting her business. I'll investigate that, along with being a public nuisance, and will report it to the relevant authorities, obviously, for you being a noise nuisance.
Right,
Do you
sir?
understand that, or?
No, I do not understand. Right,
If you
well,
carry on causing a nuisance
can
to the
I?
lady, then we will effectively deal with you.
Well,
Do you
since
understand me?
no, I do not. No, I don't understand. Am I obliged to give you my details?
I already know your details, but I'm asking you, do you want to give me your details?
Am I obliged
Do you
to?
want to?
Am I obliged
I'm
to?
not going to get into one of these long, silly conversations.
I'm just asking if I'm obliged to, sir.
I've asked you to do something. It's up to you whether.
Okay, well, can I? Is it okay if I just ask you a couple of questions, sir?
I've only just come to see you because a little while ago, last time I saw you, you caused a few bits of alarm to people. So I just wanted to. You were arrested, weren't you? Do you remember that?
Surely I would have been the one who was alarmed by that, right?
I've just come to see what your business is today, what you're talking about, and whether you know, just to make sure that you're not going to go down the route of
Tell you what,
causing anyone.
How about if you stick around and listen?
I can do.
Yeah?
Yes.
That'll be cool.
No problem.
Yeah, man.